3, 2, 1.
Good morning, and thank you all so very much for joining us for our webinar today. Boy, are you in for a special treat. Today is the webinar that's been set aside in the bid calendar for us to collaborate with none other than the Small Business Administration. And we are excited, and we're going to get that information to you shortly. But for those of you that have attended other business inclusion and diversity webinars, you know that we always begin with an overview of the bid program. So I'm going to begin sharing my screen so that we can provide you a little bit information about who we are and what it is that we seek to do here within the city of Miramar. There, let me see, now that they say I'm up and running, you should see my program. Excellent. So the goals and objectives of BID, as I said, is to uphold the highest standards of inclusion, equal opportunity, and non-discriminatory practices by extending assistance to all firms that desire to do business with the city. So who is it that this BID center? We are design change management. We design change management strategies in an effort to try to educate, connect, and grow local small and minority businesses. BID ensures that businesses are afforded access to participate in the city's procurement process. And BID strives diligently to eradicate discriminatory barriers identified in the disparity study by developing programs to advance the vision and the goals of the city of Miramar. Now, that's a little bit about who we are. So what it is that we do. We provide these small, minority, and disadvantaged businesses the opportunity to participate in all aspects of city contracting and purchasing programs. We prohibit discrimination against any person or business in the pursuit of these opportunities, and we implement programs and services through BID and to foster more inclusion and diversity on city projects. Here are some of the support systems that we have in place. We have technical, there's a B2G now diversity software that exists that the city has purchased. And the hopes of that is to allow prime contractors and sub-consultants to be able to electronically report monitoring and compliance initiatives. We have education where we have a BID Academy in place, fostering job creation through an educated workforce. This webinar is one of those initiatives, and we have additional skill building webinars that are coming up, but I'll tell you a little bit more about in a minute. And then BidFit, we understand the economics of businesses is to make money. And so with the BidFit initiatives and webinars, we have had experts partner with us to ensure that not only are they providing tools and tips for businesses to be able to know how to more adequately respond to solicitations, but to ensure that once they win the solicitation, they have done so and positioned themselves to be able to be profitable in that process. And so we have social, where in which, like today, we try to align and help businesses connect with other community stakeholders that are also in the space and providing valuable resources and services to help businesses grow. Last but definitely not least, one of our support systems is risk and regulatory management. That is the BID Act, where the city of Miramar's leaders have implemented codes and ordinances. We're working on policies and procedures to ensure more inclusion for those desiring to work with the city. Now, here are some of the services that we have in place. We do outreach, of course. We attend various conferences, webinars, workshops, and we partner and we attend the other facilities, the things that our community stakeholders are doing to be able to assist them. We also have departmental minority utilization strategy sessions. When BID was first implemented, I sat tirelessly meeting with over thousands of businesses because it was important and imperative for me to meet with the end users to ensure that the programs that we were developing were in fact those that businesses felt. It's nice to develop a program and you think that the program is an initiative that will be supportive to a business, but it's another thing to ensure that you allow the business themselves to communicate to you. Well, since the BID Act passing, we've advanced those meetings to departmental utilization strategy sessions, where in which I now not only meet with the business, but we allow the directors of various departments to have an opportunity for the businesses to be able to communicate those things that a capability statement are not as effectively able to showcase without additional communication exchange and it allows the department directors to be able to communicate to small businesses what their expectations will be when and if they're successful in securing a contracting opportunity. More important, certain initiatives that a business will have to do to prepare themselves in advance. For example, in IT, there are various certifications that are required in order for a business that wants to do business with the IT department for the city. We need smaller businesses to know that in advance, in accordance with the disparity study, communicating to us that that's one of the initiatives we need to do. And so that's the tool we do it. Monitoring and compliance, I spoke a little bit more about the B2G Now system, policies and procedures. I said we've advanced more with the BID Act. Reporting is something that we continue to do, and you'll be able to see some results of that in a few minutes. Training and empowering firms to be more valuable to primes will always be an intricate part of this process. Ensuring an equal access, and those are the things that I do through those small business empowerment meetings. Stakeholder collaborations. Thank you very much to the SBA in advance, and you will see the full effect of those stakeholder collaborations in today's webinar session. And last but definitely not least, we want more inclusion by having an economic impact. And one of the things that we do is have monthly CIP meetings, and I'll show you more about that in a minute. And here are some of the programs that we're working on. As an extension to the disparity study, in April 2021, the City Commission added the BID Act to the City Code. This act has transitioned the city from a race neutral to a more race conscious approach to ensuring inclusion. In implementing the BID Act, 3 programs are being developed for implementation. We have the Minority Small Business Enterprise Program that's being developed, the Minority Women Business Enterprise Program, as well as something we're referring to as the Local Micro Business Program. And those micro businesses are identified of those independent consultants that are practicing and operating businesses using their skills and development and are not as capable and able to work on or engage on a level playing field with some of the smaller and larger businesses. And so we're trying to develop a program, and some of the initiatives that the city of Miramar has in place are libraries that allow these micro businesses to secure contracting opportunities with the city through the library, where in which they are afforded sometimes an opportunity to be on a library for 3 years and can be selected by any and all departments to be utilized during that time. Now, here are some additional support systems. Since the BID Act, we are no longer requesting and asking prime contractors that secure city contracts to be able to have opportunities for small business and to showcase those projects that they make available through those projects. We mandate in the contract that they must have a contractor job fair. The flyer that you see on the left is an example of a job fair that was something for the most recent building that's being built here in the city. And we had that contractor fair, and we asked the prime contractors to come and attend those fairs with available contracting opportunities that they can make available to those businesses that come. I will be showcasing a few more of those opportunities at the end of this. Also, we have quarterly project, what we call CIP, the Capital Improvement Plan that the city has, a 5-year from 2022 to 2026. There are projects that have already been allocated and budgeted for throughout the city of Miramar, and we go through on a quarterly basis where in which we have a webinar that allows us to clearly showcase the scopes of work prior to the procurement department releasing those solicitations. This will allow a small business and smaller micro businesses definitely an opportunity to look at the scope of work in advance, to identify if they have the qualifications, capabilities, and the skill set that a prime that secures that project will be able to benefit from. There in which they are more positioned to attend a pre-bid meeting with having first reviewed the scope of work and to be able to communicate more effectively how it is that they believe they can be a benefit or an asset to a prime contractor. We definitely let all of the businesses know that the first step to doing business with the city of Miramar is to register as a vendor. Once a business registers as a vendor, they have an opportunity to communicate to the procurement department when and if the city of Miramar is requesting my goods or trying to procure the goods and services that my firm offers. They receive an email notification of that solicitation being released. where in which it allows a small business to not have to constantly, because we know they're in the business to make money, so they can't stay onto all of our websites and follow up as diligently as they would probably like to do. This is a tool that the City of Miramar has in place to ensure that those businesses will be notified via email when and if their services are being requested to be procured. Also, we want them to also know and have an access to the current bid opportunities that the city makes available. So once you become a registered vendor with the City of Miramar, you will receive weekly notifications from something that the city has called Business Pulse. And in Business Pulse, you'll see both of these flyers regularly, allowing you to register as a vendor and to access and know what upcoming contracting opportunities are now released from procurement. Here, with the Business Inclusion and Diversity Program, BID as we call it, we have a calendar of events that we do every year. Here's our 2022 calendar, and the theme this year is to showcase community stakeholder trainings. This webinar is definitely a testament and a perfect example of that. Here are some of the upcoming webinars that we will be having. A design symposium will be held on Tuesday, June 28th. I will be forwarding this information to any and all of you that are currently registered. Again, here are some of the opportunities for those design companies that are on a smaller scale to have an opportunity for a prime contractor to give them marketable tools and tips to help them grow in that area of expertise. We are definitely in the midst of this COVID pandemic, and the pulse of the nation is to ensure that we're all trying to live a more healthier and vibrant way in which we can keep ourselves safe amid this pandemic and just be able to take better care of ourselves. We have several businesses in the City of Miramar, local, small, and minority businesses that operate in this industry. And so we're affording them an opportunity to come to the City of Miramar to showcase their health facilities, their wellness facilities, their mental care agencies, and that will be happening on July 14th. And I don't know if you're aware, but July is actually the Minority Mental Health Month. So we wanted to do that. I alluded that we would talk a little bit about the data that's been collected. One of the reasons that the City of Miramar secured the disparity study is because we found that, as you can see on the board, that in the study period, the pre-study period, 2011 to 2016, of all of the purchases that were made throughout the City of Miramar, unfortunately, only 7.43% went to minority and women-owned businesses. We are happy to report that post-study data reflects between the period of 2017 and 2020 that we have increased the minority participation on city projects from that 7.43 to 29.2, clearly showcasing that the benefits of all of those initiatives that I just discussed are in fact making an impact. Now, here are some upcoming opportunities that we will be having, all of which I will be forwarding to you all post this webinar. But now the time has come, and I'm happy to say, for us to be about the business of today's webinar. And that is for you to have an opportunity to hear more about what it is that the Small Business Administration is doing. I have none other than Ms. Althea Harris, which is the Deputy District Director of the United States Small Business Administration, SBA as we know it, for the South Florida District Office. Ms. Althea Harris has been helping businesses her entire federal career, which began in 1993 at the U.S. Department of Commerce under the late Secretary Ronald H. Brown. There, she traveled worldwide in support of small and medium-sized exporters. Then she helped small business owners compete for federal contracts while at the U.S. General Services Administration, having held several positions within the SBA office in Miami since 1999. Althea now serves as the Deputy District Director, overseeing the staff that implements SBA's missions throughout the district 24-country territory and advocating on behalf of the estimated 2 million plus small business owners. She is responsible for the daily operation of the district office in Miami and 2 alternate work sites in Tampa and Fort Pierce, Florida. Althea is also the Faith and Community-Based Initiative Coordinator for her office. She has a little more, but the time has been well spent, and I apologize for the technical difficulties you guys had to undergo with and bear with as we started the program, but it gives me great pleasure to introduce to some, to reintroduce to others, none other than Miss Althea Harris, who will be your host for the remainder of the webinar. Thank you, Althea, for joining us. Please, please, please take it away.
Thank you, Dr. Hollis. Can y'all hear me? Okay, great. And can you see my slides? Because I can see them on my screen, but I'm not sure. Okay, perfect. Oh, I love whoever you are with the thumbs up. That is such an encouragement to me. Thank you. First of all, let me say, wow, Dr. Hollis, you all are crushing it in the city of Miramar for small businesses. What an amazing work that you're doing. And I love, one of my favorite words these days is impact. And I'm just delighted to have you have heard what you had to share about how the city of Miramar is having impact for small businesses. Well, I'm just so pleased to be on here today. Let me see, how do I make this slide go to the next one? Oh, here it is. Okay, I got it. I'm a little tech challenged, friends. And I'm joining you from Houston, Texas, where it is an hour earlier. But again, you heard my name is Althea Harris. I'm the Deputy District Director in the South Florida District Office of the SBA. I've been there a long time, and because I love it, I love who we are, what we do. I love who I do it for, and I love who I do it with. And you'll hear from my colleague, Ray Lewis, a little after me. I have a wonderful team in South Florida who is out here beating the bushes for you small businesses. I'm so glad you joined today. In America, by SBA standards, there are over 32.5 million small businesses. Over 1.5 million are in our district alone. And as you can see, women represent a great number of small business owners, as well as minority-owned businesses. We are so delighted that you all have started businesses. As you know, because you're business owners, you are job creators. You're the ones who sustain our communities with those jobs. You're the ones who improve our quality of life with your products and services. So thank you for that. At SBA, we like to think of ourselves as the go-to resource for your business to help you in 4 primary areas. We provide access to capital, access to high-quality counseling, mentoring, and training. You probably didn't know that, but you did know that we were involved in disaster recovery for the last 2 years. We've been doing COVID recovery for small businesses, and I'm pleased to tell you that in Florida received approximately 10% of all COVID relief monies. So we were really working hard for you and making sure that the information got out to you and that you were able to access those dollars. We also provide access to the federal marketplace, which you'll hear a little bit about with respect to the Mentor-Protege program. Before I tell you about our record-breaking stats for last year in lending, I want you to know that SBA government-backed loans, right here where the red arrow is, only represents about 2% of all financing that startup companies receive. Notice that 75% of folks are doing it with their own savings. 20% almost are doing it with bank loans, and then it cascades down. So I didn't want you to think that everything is SBA lending, but we're pleased to say that the lending that we did last year was a record-breaking over $2.25 billion for the businesses located south of Orlando. That's over 2,800 loans, sustaining or creating over 30,000 jobs. That's the impact Dr. Hollis. So we like to talk about at SBA. And you can see the graphic there that there is a distribution across demographic groups for that funding. I'm going to keep on hustling because I have to get on a flight back to Miami where I belong. Okay, so what do we do when we talk about government contracting, how we help you access that marketplace? We do that via training. We help you build relationships. We provide advocacy for you. We help you identify contracting opportunities. And really importantly, we help you with certifications. The 8A Business Development Program, we are recruiting for that program. And I'll, just keep watching our website and looking at our newsletters for an opportunity to participate in that recruiting action. But the federal government is required to award at least 23% of all prime government contracts to small businesses. And certifications can help give you leverage in that marketplace. The more certifications you have, the better for contracting officers. So the 8A Business Development Program is one of those certifications. It's for socially and economically disadvantaged individuals. The Hub Zone program, great program. Doesn't matter who you are as long as you're small and located. It cares where you're located, not who you are, but where you are. Okay, that's a certification that you can get also for women-owned businesses. There's a certification that we do now. And then the Service Disabled Veteran-Owned Program is another certification. If you're interested in any of those certifications, please check out our website, certify.sba.gov, to determine should you even apply for these programs. Okay, just because they exist doesn't mean you should participate in them, particularly when it comes to the 8A program, because you don't want to get in that program too early and miss out, really. Certifications equal dollars. And so I just highlighted, because the pandemic year really is just an anomaly, but in terms of the dollars. But you'll see, regardless, that the federal government makes its goal of 23% consistently. There's no real challenge there. In small disadvantaged businesses, we almost, and in most cases, double the goal there of 5%. This administration now has a goal of at least 11% for small disadvantaged businesses. Service disabled veterans, no problem meeting the goal there. But notice, if you notice, women-owned small businesses, it fluctuates, right? Whether we make the 5% goal or not. You can see in 2019 we did, but in all other years on this chart, we did not. And we have never made the Hub Zone goal of 3%. So I always love to share this graph so that you understand what kind of dollars we're talking about. These are billions of dollars that certification can help you access. And then also to highlight for you that the action is potentially in being a woman-owned or a Hub Zone business. And so I wanted just to point you in that direction a little bit if possible. Now, who can help you? We talked about a lot, and maybe you need a little extra help. In South Florida, we have, or rather across SBA, and then also in South Florida, we have resource partners who can help you with that mentoring that I talked about, the advice and counseling and training that can help you advance your business. The Small Business Development Centers, the Veteran Business Outreach Center that's located in Pensacola does training for veterans and active duty military who are transitioning out of the military, their spouses, widows, and widowers. The Women's Business Centers are focused on women, but you don't have to be a woman to exclusively to participate in all of the programming that they have. SCORE is known as Counselors to America's Small Businesses. They are our oldest resource partner, having started almost as long ago as we did. We are pushing on 70 years in the marketplace, helping you with your business needs. And if you were interested in exporting, the U.S. Export Assistance Center is available. Now, we have a new program called Community Navigators that has another whole host of resource partners who can help you as well. The Community Navigator program is run out of the Small Business Development Center at FIU. And you please feel free to go to our website and check all of that out. Here's how you can connect with us, sba.gov/South Florida, to see what upcoming events we have, to read about our programs and services. You can register for national updates at the link on your, well, let me read it for the people who are joining by phone, sba.gov/updates. You can also sign up for our newsletter at our local website. We do have a Twitter account, and if you need to contact us, you can just send us an email. Our email box is monitored daily, South Florida _DO, like district office, South Florida _DO @sba.gov. And that's it for me. I hope I didn't take up too much time. Now I'd like to figure out how to stop sharing and introduce you all. Well, let me ask before I do that, were we able to get Ray on? Let's see. I know we were having some technical difficulties with that. If Ray, are you on? If you are, maybe come off mute and say so. If not, I will assume that Ray didn't make it on yet. Maybe I could just hand it back to you, Dr. Hollis.
It appears we do have a caller on. I was waiting on him to respond. I'm not exactly sure if he's having difficulty, but we do have Allison McKenzie from the Florida FSMSDC that's on. But I do see another caller. I thought it was Rabon. And if you can hear us, Rabon, respond. He has not, but as you can see, Allison from Althea. So if you can.
Wonderful. I will try to keep helping Ray get on, and then maybe we could just go on with Allison in the meantime.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Oh, Ray, you're there. Okay, fantastic. Okay,
Yeah.
friends, Ray Lewis is one of my crack BOSs, Business Opportunity Specialist in South Florida. He is part of our 8A Business Development Division. You all, Ray has a wealth of knowledge. He's been with the SBA for 10 years now. But before that, he was a contract specialist and contracting officer at the Department of Homeland Security, at the DLA, Defense Logistics Agency. And friends, he is a 21-year veteran of the U.S. Air Force. He has a master's in business administration, and he knows his stuff. He's going to talk to you today about the Mentor-Protege program. I encourage you to listen up and listen in closely to what Ray has to share. Thank you for being on, Ray. Take it away.
Thanks for introducing me. I had a little difficulty getting on here. If the slides are up, is anybody going to be able to forward them? Because I'm in a call, so I can't really see what's on the screen.
Sure. Hello? Paul, can you, y'all have his slides, right? Or Ray, you could just carry on.
Yes, we do have the program presentation was provided, and Paul is sharing it now. Go ahead, Ray. We're on the first page.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you for that introduction. Again, my name is Ray Lewis. I work in the 8A division, and I'm going to tell you about one of the great programs that the SBA offers, and that's the Mentor-Protege program. Other agencies may have a Mentor-Protege program, but if you're interested, this is the one to really get into because it's a benefit. Your small business can learn from an experienced government contractor through SBA's Mentor-Protege program. Program benefits, your mentor can provide guidance on internal business management. I'm sorry, next slide, I'm sorry. The program benefits are guidance on internal business management systems. They can assist with accounting, marketing, manufacturing, and strategic planning. They can also assist you with financial assistance in the form of equity investments, loans, and bonding, assistance in navigating federal contract bidding, acquisition, and federal procurement process. Next slide, please. Also, other benefits of business development, including strategy and identifying contract and partnership opportunities, education about international trade, strategic planning, and finding your market, and also help you out internally with your general administrative assistance like human resources, sharing, or even help you obtain a security clearance. Next. Another benefit is the mentor and his protege. You can also form a joint venture and compete on other contracts as long as the protege qualifies as a small business for that type of set-aside. Qualifications, next slide. For the protege, first you must be a small business with industry experience and a small business that's relative to the SBA size standards. You also must be organized for profit or as an agriculture cooperative. And you have to have your own mentor before applying for the program. The SBA does not do matchmaking with mentors, so you will have to find one on your own. I recommend you getting one that's someone you've worked with and you know that they have your interest. Next, qualifications to be a mentor. You must be organized for profit or an agricultural cooperative, and you must be able to carry out your responsibilities to assist the protege, and you will sign a written agreement for that. And we also make sure that the mentor possesses good character. We want to make sure you're hooking up with somebody good. By doing that, we also mean that they can't appear on a federal list of debarred or suspended contractors, and be able to impart value to the protege firm through the lessons learned, practical experience gained, or through its knowledge of general business operations and government contracting. Next. For the SBA to approve the agreement, the SBA must determine that the mentor-provided assistance will promote real developmental gains for the protege and not just act as a vehicle to receive federal small business set-asides. This program is to benefit you, the small business, not your mentor, to get contracts. So when they say they're going to provide you a service, they need to do that, and that will be written in the agreement. To apply to this program, first, both businesses must be registered in sam.gov, and that's for all federal contracting. If you're interested in that, you must register your business there. You must decide whether you're applying for the MPA using your primary NAICS code or one of your secondary NAICS codes. Both businesses must complete an SBA online tutorial. It's a training class, and save your completion certificates, because you will have to submit that during the application process. And then you must execute a mentor-protege agreement. And all this information is on SBA.gov in the MPA program tab, and it has the template for the agreement for you just to fill in the appropriate information. When you're ready to apply, go to certified.sba.gov and apply, joining the MPP using the protege's unique identity identifier. This is the number that's assigned to your company. Read the instructions at certify.sba.gov carefully to make sure you provide all the necessary information. They'll provide you with a checklist on what you need to provide. Gather all the information before you start the process. That way you're not going back and forth and missing things. Next, please. Application time frame. Application processing time frame is 15 days. When your initial application, the screening plus 90 days for processing. If your application is not withdrawn, a total of 105 days. You have one office that does this national, so be patient with them, but this is based on that you provided all the correct information. So please plan ahead to make sure all necessary items are prepared before you actually do the application. Next slide. The Mentor-Protege, the duration of the program. A mentor-protege agreement may last up to 6 years from the date that the SBA approves it. A protege may have 2 mentors at the same time as long as those relationships do not conflict or compete with each other. And that's talking more that you got 2 mentors, but when you're using them, you have to go over different, things that you require, like NAICS codes work and contracting issues. However, a protege can have no more than 2 mentors over the life of his business. So choose your mentor wisely, because remember, the life of your business, you're only allowed 2 of these. So make sure you're teaming up with somebody that you worked with and knows they have your interests. Here's the link for the MPA program. It provides all the information. The email office also for the small business mentor-protege is provided on the screen. Next slide. Resources, SBA resource partners. PTAX may be able to provide you some limited assistance in preparing your application. Make an appointment with them and see what they can do for you. And unfortunately, I can't see the screen to answer questions in the chat box, but there's my email if you'd like to, send me a question. And that concludes my presentation. I hope I provided you information on one of the SBA's, one of their better programs. I work the 8A program, and I have firms that use this, and they use this to help their business grow. Thank you.
Excellent, excellent, excellent job, Rabon. It's Karen Hollis from the city of Miramar, and this is such an amazing program to allow those smaller, especially the micro-sized businesses, to have opportunities to federal contracting without having to step in themselves. They come in and they have a mentor. It's a fabulous program. And please, please, please follow up on the SBA website to get more information on that program. Althea, are you still with us? She was trying to catch a flight, and we have also Miss Allison McKenzie that's here with us. And Allison, can you please show your beautiful face again? Thank you so much for joining us this morning. And we know that the FSMSDC works intricately with the SBA on the 7J Management and Technical Assistance Program. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm excited about you all collaborating with us later in the year in November. For today, we are excited that you're here to assist Althea and I in showcasing this 7J Management and the Technical Assistance Program. So please, ma'am, take it away.
Wonderful. Well, I just prepared maybe a handful of slides, like 3 slides that everybody can see a little bit more about what we do. So let me share my screen here. All right. It's only a handful of slides. Can everyone see my screen? Wonderful. Okay, well, everyone, my name is Allison McKenzie, and I am the Training and Marketing Coordinator for the SBA 7J program at FSMSDC. I know that's quite a mouthful there, but the program is very simple and straightforward, and I'm just going to share a little bit more about it and my contact information. So the SBA 7J Management and Technical Assistance Program, it's a unique little program, and it works along with the U.S. Small Business Administration and multiple grantees. And the goal is to help get small business owners ready to be ready for government contracting. So, and that is, if it is state, federal, city, the goal is to help you small business owners be government contract ready. And I want you to take a look at our website at the bottom, smallbizassistance.com. And that is my email address at the bottom, allison@fsmsdc.org, if you have any questions. So let me go into a little bit more detail so you know more about what we do. So what we do here is we've got kind of like 2 parts to the program. Twice a month, we offer live webinars and online trainings, and those are available to any of you. If you want to join, if you know someone that's even interested in starting a business, you can join and participate in the Q&As. Now, the SBA 7J management program, where we have our website, the smallbusinessassistance.com, there's a little more streamlined. So in order to be eligible, you either have to be 8A certified, socially and or economically disadvantaged, a woman-owned small business, HubZone certified, or operating a business in high unemployment or low income areas. And again, anybody can participate in the free webinars and Q&As. And the webinars are open for anyone to join. So we have 3 upcoming webinars. We have one here next month on your mark, set, go, get government ready with Laura Sapir. And she is a government contracting, I definitely call all 3 of these people here government contracting experts. And during these webinars, I get people to join us so that they can share what they've done in order to get that government contract. So it's really nice because you get that firsthand testimonial and how they did it, lots of different perspectives to really assist you guys in getting government contract ready. So if you go to smallbusinessassistance.com, there is a calendar section and you can see all of our upcoming webinars. What we also offer is one-on-one virtual trainings. You can have that with me, or we even partner with a gentleman named Tommy Marks, who does a lot of our one-on-ones. And I want you all to register on smallbizassistance.com because we save all of our past webinars. I believe we're up to maybe 28 or 29 of saved webinars where you can go back and you can watch them in a classroom format so that whatever you need to know, you can get the information you need at 2 o'clock in the morning. If you're at home and you don't want to wait for your local SBA office to open in the morning and say you need to know a little bit more about your capability statement, you can log on to the website and we have a webinar about capability statement. So please, if you have any questions, if you would like to sign up for any of those webinars, please go to smallbizassistance.com and take a look at the calendar and you can sign up right there. And thank you so much for having me. That's actually all I have to share. Oh, and also
Excellent.
all the webinars are free, by the way. You don't have to pay for them.
That's right. You said the best part. I was going to join that in. Thank you, Allison. And so you see the connection here. We didn't want just the SBA to come on and tell you about the wonderful opportunities that they have available and not connect to help you realize that we have very local, very present community stakeholders that are literally assisting and walking you through, holding your hand, making sure that they're giving you the tools and the services that are needed to help you secure the certifications that are required to take advantage, to have a better understanding, a one-on-one conversation with a real person that can answer all of your personal questions. We love that you join these webinars. We make them available to you. We too, here at the City of Miramar, we record them all because we understand that you're very busy as a business. We want to give you a one-stop shop in which you can get as much information as you can through these webinars without having to go to all of our different individuals. Likewise, we want to partner you with community stakeholders that are literally making tools and services available to not just give you the information and leave you there, but we want to take you to the next level of helping you engage, making sure we give you the additional support to apply for the programs, to submit the applications, to follow through to ensure that you're able to capitalize and maximize the benefit of whatever it is that we're making available. And today is the Mentor-Protege as well as the 7J Management Technical Assistance. There are about 15 classes that come with that. She didn't go into detail, and that's a perfect carrot because the webinars are to get your interest, to pique your interest so that you can then go to the site to do the work and to follow through and to ensure that you're able to take full advantage of the next step and those programs. Now, Paul, let's see, the last 10 minutes have been set aside to see if there are any questions that has been posted in the chat box. One of the questions was whether or not we can provide the PowerPoint presentations, and I will be finding out with Althea if that is possible, and we will definitely, and I see Allison's shaking the head. Yes, Allison is going to allow us to provide you with her presentation, and we still have Rabon on the line. Rabon, are we able to provide our participants with a copy of your presentation, sir? Oh, and
We
Mr.
don't, ma'am, we don't share our PowerPoints like that because information changes, but everything that's in that PowerPoint was derived from the SBA.gov website. I did it yesterday, so they can go there to get the most current information.
Excellent. So what I will be sharing with you all is his contact page so that you can reach out to him if you need additional assistance once you go onto that page. So you did hear from him. Thank you so much, sir, for still being on. How long on average does it take to complete the online tutorial? That is a question that's for you, Miss Allison.
Oh, well, the online tutorials that we do, in general, they take about an hour and a half. So they're super simple. You just join and you listen, and after the webinar is over, I always supply a replay of that webinar along with the training slides, so you can use that at a later date, because my goal is to assist you guys in getting government contract ready. Yes.
Okay. So they say, Mr. Rabon, can you please put your information in the chat box? And I learned yesterday at a webinar how to, well, on Monday when I presented with the women, the TED Center, that you can save the chat box. So Allison, I would ask that you put your information into the chat box as well so that they can have it. Okay, excellent. I see he did that. So you can save the chat box and have that information. Thank you all again so much. Now I want to make sure, and I'm going to try to share my screen again, because one of the things that we do here at the City of Miramar is to ensure we provide you with as much information as we can to empower you to move forward beyond the webinar. And so here, can you see my screen? I am showcasing again the upcoming opportunities that we will be making available here at the City of Miramar through bid. Again, on July 14th from 10 to 2 in person, we will be having a health and wellness extravaganza, where in which the City of Miramar will be allowing our local small minority and disadvantaged healthcare industry agencies come to the City of Miramar and to make their goods and their services available to the community at large, as well as to any and everyone that desires to attend. Also, we will be having a construction contractor fair on August 2nd in person as well here in the MCC lobby, where we're going to be allowing all of our internal directors showcase upcoming contracting opportunities to all of the businesses that attend. And we will be partnering with the OESBD, the Office of Economic and Small Business Development, none other than Mr. Sandy McDonald and his team. And Sandy will be here talking about the upcoming surtax transportation, that $30 billion surtax transportation initiative. Please, you want to be in place. We will be having all of the prime contractors that have active and current contracts with the City of Miramar at the table with a list of any and all contracting opportunities they will make available, or they have remaining available on the projects that they were able to secure. We will be having our directors from the construction department, at the utilities, public works, all of them in place with any available opportunities that will be coming up. We have those monthly CIP project scope review sessions. We will be doing our next quarterly session on Thursday, September 1st. Again, that's a virtual session where we just recently had one with over 60 participants that registered, and we have an opportunity for you to come and to hear in advance about upcoming city projects before procurement releases them. We will have a professional consultants job fair on Tuesday, October 18th, in which from 10 to 2 here in person at the City of Miramar, allowing our local professional businesses to secure tables to come and showcase to the community and the internal directors of the City of Miramar what their goods and services are and how they will be an intricate benefit to any city contract. We have prime contractors in the professional area that have open and current contracts with the city at tables available to showcase upcoming contracting opportunities. And we have local businesses in place that are looking to team up and partner to showcase their goods and services and how they would benefit any particular team. Last but definitely not least, Allison, you will see we have the FSMSDC's collaboration that we will be doing with them on November 10th, where we're going to allow the organization and the council to definitely showcase everything about the council and all of the trainings that they are doing and all of the initiatives that they're doing to empowering local small businesses. So thank you all again for attending. I think Paul was trying to indicate we have a few more questions. Let me see if I can get, thank you for the information. The city has always looks out for small businesses. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Mr. James Parker. We appreciate you as well. We have our faithful one, Ms. Jane Cabrera, on the line. Any suggestions on how small businesses should go about identifying a mentor? Excellent question. I would ask for you to attend the City of Miramar's Perfect Answer for Karen Hollis first. One of ways in which, on a serious note, that you can do that is by attending our opportunities in our job fairs, construction contractor fairs, so that you can align yourself and get to know the prime contractors. Jane, I know you're in the professional segment. We will be having the professional contractor fair on October 18th. Those fairs it enables the smaller businesses to identify who the prime contractors are, and more importantly, to build relationships with them so that then you can approach one to try to identify whether or not they would be willing to enter into a mentor-protege agreement with you. Allison, do you have anything to add on that?
I do not have anything to add. I just wanted to say thank you so much for inviting me today. And everyone here, if you have any questions about the SBA 7J program, please contact me. My information is in the chat. And thank you again, everyone, for your time.
And I do know that FSMSDC has over, I believe, 3,500 Fortune 500 businesses that are members of the council. And we're going to be showcasing them later in the year in November. But as a member of the council, then you as a small business have access to all of those Fortune 500 companies. And they have Fortune 1000 companies that they have. And that's another area in place. Joining chambers, Ms. Cabrera, you are very familiar with the Miramar Pembroke Pines Chamber of Commerce, but we also partner with a myriad of other chambers that are throughout the Tri-County area. The chamber could perhaps be another portal and a way in which for you to identify and connect with prime contractors that can ultimately, prime contractors that have been successful on federal contracting level and could ultimately pose as a mentor. Thank you for that great question. Okay, Ileana Melnichuk, I hope I said your name right. How do you know what type of mentor you need or where to find the right mentor? That's a great question, Ileana. And in terms of, let me make sure that I get back. Hold on, I seem to allow. One of the things that you want to do is to make sure that you have an opportunity to try to identify individuals that are in your industry space. For example, whatever it is that you choose to do, if you're in construction, you definitely will be looking for a mentor that is in that construction industry. Why? Because they will have already had experience on a construction project with the federal government or construction related area in which they can provide you as a mentee with resources as to how you could scale up in that area. So my recommendation would be, and it's just me, you can reach out to the SBA, definitely Rabon. Do you have anything in terms of that? They're saying, and the question is, how do you know what type of mentor you need and where to find the right mentor? Rabon, can you respond?
Yes, like you said previously, it's for the type of work you do. So you want a mentor that does the type of work you do to grow your business in that. And you can meet those folks during matchmaking events, other type of Google, other avenues, website. But you know, we do not provide a list or have a list of proposed mentors. It's kind of like a networking, and you know who works with you in your industry.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Rabon. And please remember, don't underestimate the value of partnering with chambers of commerce, because the chambers, it provides a myriad of opportunities through the practices and the various networking events that they host for you to build relationships with individuals that are on the prime contracting level, and thereby, once building a relationship, you can determine as a small business whether or not this is a mentor that's going to be able to help you and assist you to grow to the extent that you desire and at the pace that works for you and your business. What I love about this program and why it was imperative for the city of Miramar to showcase it, and Rabon can confirm, is that in the past, you know, it's just the challenges that we have with these programs is that prime contractors secure contracts, and then unfortunately we've heard, because the pulse of the our ear is to the end user, the small business, as to whether or not these programs are working. They secure these contracting opportunities, they get a federal contract through the Mentor-Protege, and then they don't use the person they're mentoring. I love that the SBA has that agreement in place to ensure that you as a prime or you as a mentor, once you are able to secure a federal contract within and as a direct result of that mentor-mentee relationship, you have a contractual obligation to use that mentee when you secure and on that federal project. That is the ultimate thing that the SBA could have done to ensure at the end of the day, once you're successful as a small business in identifying a mentor, getting someone to agree to do the contractual relationship and agreement that will solidify that, going through all of the processes that are required, the SBA want you to be confident in knowing that on the offside of that, they have tools and systems and people in place to ensure that you will get the full benefit of those programs and those services. Correct, Rabon?
Yes, annually on your anniversary date of the agreement, you have to submit a report, and they'll look at it to make sure that the mentor is providing you with the assistance they promised. I mean, it's part of the benefit is getting contracts, but the benefit is providing your needs that you need to grow. It may be HR, program management, and we make sure that they're providing that assistance. And the protege needs to, you know, be proactive and make sure that's happening, and not just sign the agreement and said they did that. If they're not performing what they said they were going to, there's avenues to cancel that.
Excellent, excellent. And then it says, Eliana, are those mentors local? Again, that's why we asked if you partner with and look to like your local chambers and the areas and the spheres within which you as a small business facilitate and operate your business in terms of identifying a mentor. Last question we're going to take here from Anshina. Are there any initiatives suitable for NGOs that wish to operate a not-for-profit business in the future? So are there any initiatives, all of the initiatives for training, we believe, and I will allow Rabon or Allison to trigger in if they want, but all of the training opportunities and skill building initiatives that we advance through the city of Miramar, I believe are available and can be beneficial to all businesses, for-profit businesses, social businesses, nonprofit businesses, because when it comes to gaining the information that you need, especially when we're talking the financial workshops that we offer, when it comes to responding to how to build relationships to grow your business, all of those webinars and workshops and initiatives can be beneficial to all businesses. But I will allow you, Rabon, if you have anything, let me repeat the question again, and Allison, if you have anything to offer. Are there any initiatives suitable for NGOs that wish to operate a not-for-profit business in the future?
There may be. I can't speak on the future. I mean, every programs we're driven is driven by the federal government, which would be Congress, to implement the programs through the administration. I haven't heard of any of those because I don't work in that area, because everything I do is for profit to, contractual experience between the government and the federal service and the contractor. So There are some, you may be able to go to SBA.gov website and see if there's anything for nonprofits, but as far as for doing these government contracts and 8A programs and Mentor-Protege, it's always for profit right now, and I haven't heard anything of any changes as of now.
Okay, and I love what you said. We can't guess on what will be happening in the future, but I believe one of the things that I can say, and Sheena, to make you feel comfortable, as you can see, even with BID, we continue to grow and develop additional programs based on the needs and the initiatives of businesses as we move forward, and in response to current situations. For example, when COVID passed and hit, a lot of additional programs and services, as you can see, were implemented to meet the current pulse of the nation. So the encouragement that I can say to you, and a final for all of you, is that be encouraged. And as you can see through our webinars and our programs, we continue to grow and develop. That will not change. We cannot speculate as to exactly which program will be forthcoming, but we want you to have the assurance of knowing that we continue to grow and develop to meet the needs of the small, local, minority, and disadvantaged businesses. Well, thank you all again. Our time has been well spent. We're a little beyond, but we had some technical difficulties, and I thank you for bearing with us as we traveled through it or navigated through it. We trust that the information that was provided to you today, both on the Mentor-Protege program as well as the 7J Management and Technical Assistance Program, was beneficial to you and provided you with some valuable information on how you can not only take advantage of the programs, but can use the programs to help grow your business. This concludes today's session. I am Karen Hollis. Please remember, and I will be providing with you additional flyers on upcoming opportunities. I will be thanking you all and giving you a personal email notification and additional information on how you can become a registered vendor with the City of Miramar. Thanks again. Enjoy your afternoon, and we so appreciate your continued support of BID, in other words, the Business Inclusion and Diversity Initiatives being advanced by the City of Miramar. Have a great afternoon. Goodbye.